Hey everyone, this is Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com, and I am back here with another hand history review for you guys. So this hand was sent to me by Connor from the UK. As you can see there, he has 3-4 of clubs in the big blind. As I mentioned, we're playing 2 cent, 5 cent, and it is 5-handed. So let's jump right into the action there. So folds around to the small blind, and he comes in for a raise. Now there's a couple things here. First off, as always, we need to look at the stacks before anything. As you can see there, the effective stack size in this hand is going to be roughly around 150 big blinds. So I've been reviewing a lot of deep stacked hands lately on this channel, and basically it just changes things a lot in poker. It gives you a lot more room to maneuver after the flop. It's just the purest form of the game, in my opinion. I'm always trying to get involved in hands when I'm deep stacked, especially against recreational players and the weaker regs. And if you need any evidence of why that's a good thing, all you need to do is just go watch the last video I put out where we stacked a guy with 450 big blinds because he couldn't lay down his pocket aces. So anyways, and the other thing I should mention here is, of course, the player type, the HUD stats that Connor gave me for this guy. He told me that roughly 300 hands is the sample, and he has them as a 23-16-1. As always, that's VPIP, PFR, and aggression factor. And if you don't know what those are HUD stats. There'll be a link in the description below. Basically, what those tell me, I mean, Connor said in the email it's kind of a tag player. And I would actually slightly disagree with that. I would put those stats more in line with what I call an SLP in Crushing the Microstakes, which stands for slightly loose and passive. An aggression factor of 1 is simply, I mean, it's as passive as you can get, so it's not an aggressive player. And we also see the big gap between VPIP and PFR. These are classic signs of an SLP, which I identify as a recreational player, but not really like a true fish. Like, this is a losing player. He's probably a small losing player, but he's not like a huge losing player, is basically what I'm getting at there. So, but as I mentioned off the top, you know, I'm always looking to get involved deep stacked. It's only a mini raise. We have position, so this is just a totally standard call here. I mean, you could 3-bet from time to time, but it's not really that necessary at the lower stakes to do that kind of thing. So Connor makes the call, as he should, and we go to a flop. So it's obviously a pretty good one. He hits bottom pair with the flush draw as well. Huge hand. The kind of hand that I really like to be fast playing and, you know, trying to get a lot of money in the middle. Because quite frankly, even without doing the math, I know that just off the top of my head here, we're going to be probably a slight favorite even against top pair here. So there's just a lot of value to be had by fast playing the flop. And another thing that also does, it really disguises the strength of our hand if we hit a flush or trips or something on the turn, because he's just never really going to put us on those hands. So anyways, let's just see how the hand plays out first. Villain 5 does in fact come out with a continuation bet of half pot. And Connor does, in fact, go ahead with what I was just suggesting in fast playing this hand with a raise on the flop. Now, I would like to make that raise a little bit more, maybe 30 cents minimum or 40 cents. I think it'll be a little bit better, but, you know, I do agree with the sentiment, at least, of getting some more money in the middle here. So Villain 5 does make the call, and we go to a turn. So it's kind of an interesting turn because we turn 2 pair. So we almost certainly do have the best hand at this point. We've still got the flush draw, so just an absolutely monster hand. So Villain 5 checks here. What should Connor do? I think it's just a clear bet. There's not even a question about it. You should never ever be checking behind you. You really just want to keep, you know, as I talk about all the time, especially, again, in Crushing the Microstakes, my first book, you really just have to build a pot for them at these levels, at these limits. Don't slow play hands like this. This is why you play the game. You got to be able to win a big pot in situations like this, or you're just absolutely killing your win rate. So once again, I do agree with Connor's decision here, but once again, I would just like it to be a little bit more. I would like it to be 50 cents, 60 cents in a spot like that. I just think that, especially against this player type, which I'm identifying as a, you know, a little bit on the recreational player side. I think he's got a jack here, certainly an overpair. He's never going to be folding here. So I'd just like to get more money in the pot to just try to win a bigger pot overall. So anyways, Villain 5 does make the call, and we go to the river, which is a king. Now, obviously, I mean, one of his potential hands got there, King Jack, but as I always mention, you know, we got to understand that's just one hand in his range. There are so many other hands in his range here that he could be calling with, and quite frankly, we beat most of them. I mean, we still have 2 pair. We didn't hit the flush, we didn't hit our boat or anything. We still got 2 pair, you know? So anyways, what does villain 5 actually do here? He does check. Now, for me personally, so based on just everything I just said, this is just a clear value bet in this spot. I'd like to make it about $1 to go or something here. I think that's just enough that that, you know, against a player like this, he's never going to be folding his ace jack, his queen jack. You know, he might even look us up with something like pocket queens. I mean, who knows? Honestly, with a recreational player, I mean, they might make some crazy you know, hero call with pocket 9s or pocket 8s or something crazy like that. So Connor decides to check back, though. And that's going to be the point in this hand where I am going to disagree with that decision. Connor, I think you definitely lost value in this spot here. I think that is quite a big mistake to not be getting that value bet on the end here. And Connor told me he was just getting back into poker and stuff, so I hope this was educational for you. And just understanding that this is a clear value bet spot. And for all you guys that are watching out there as well, you can't afford to be missing this value on the river here with 2 pair. You have to get that value in. This is because you just don't get in situations like this very often. And also the bet sizes on the river are on average the highest amount of any street no limit hold'em. So it is just extremely important for your win rate to get those value bets in. And this is the kind of stuff that really, honestly, guys, can be the difference between being a break-even player, small winner, and a big winner. So we'll see the results here. He does, in fact, have a hand like pocket 8s. Would he have called if we bet $1 on the river there? I don't know. I think that with a lot of recreational players, I would say the answer is yes. With a lot of regs, I'd say they would probably make the fold, but it's kind of water under the bridge. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we didn't put the bet out there to give him a chance to make that mistake. So really the point of this hand for me is just, guys, always make sure you're getting your value bets in on the river. Don't ever be afraid of, you know, getting called by a worse hand, or don't have this sort of skeletons in the closet syndrome where you're afraid that he has a big hand. Guys, you know, something that I always say with value betting on the river, if you are getting called by a better hand sometimes, that's a good thing. It tells you that you're pushing the envelope, that you're trying to get the max value out of them. And, you know, that's just one of the absolute biggest things at these stakes, because these guys just do not like to fold, especially recreational players and some of the weaker regs. So thank you for sending me this hand, Connor. I think your play was pretty good overall, just up until the river. The river, I think you definitely need to be making that value bet there. As always, I want to know what all you guys out there watching this think. So let me know your comments below. How would you normally play a hand like this? Are you value betting that river? Or are you playing it different on the flop, pre-flop, turn, whatever? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy checking out micro stakes poker strategy videos, make sure you give this video a like, and make sure you subscribe to my channel as well, because I'm putting out videos like this all the time to help you guys start crushing the micros. And lastly, make sure you download a copy of my free poker ebook called Massive Profit at the Micros. Is the top link in the description below. I'll give you my complete strategy on how I beat the lower stakes like this. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. This has been Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com.